Hello everyone, welcome to my Simplified launch video. I'm so excited to show you what I got from the Simplified launch. I did order quite a few things because I was really excited about some of the changes that they've made this year. And this is what the box looked like. The box does come in one of like a standard brown box, but I always am so excited to see this sticker year after year. I don't know how long they've been doing this, but I don't remember them not doing it. So it's been a little while. Inside of this, I am just going to unpack everything. You always get, or I think it's been like 3 years or 4 years that they've done the simplified post, which is always really fun to look through. I'm going to unpack everything and then we'll get started. But yeah, I got a daily and a weekly and some other items. So we will go through it all in just a moment. Let's start off with the weekly planner because this is the newest thing to Simplified. I used the weekly planner, their old version that was book bound all through nursing school to keep track of my assignments. It was such a good little compact book that could easily go into my book bag, and I loved it. And so I'm very curious about this one. I know it's a lot bigger. First of all, you should probably see that it comes in this beautiful keepsake box. The different covers have different colors. I remember when Simplified did navy, like they were all navy. I kind of loved that about them. Simplified, I felt like navy was their color, you know. But this is really fun too. So the cover I got comes in this beautiful blush pink box, and you open it by pulling this ribbon. It's really like such a beautiful, you can put it on your bookshelf. Beautiful, beautiful, very high quality keepsake box. And you could use it for so many things. The cover I chose for the weekly is the Savannah Blooms. So when you buy one of their planners, you get a little keepsake postcard that will show you the print on it. I, in years past, would put this on my bulletin board because I just find them so beautiful. And then one beautiful thing that Simplified does is that they write the story of each of their covers. Believe Emily Lay writes it, and they're just beautiful. So this also has the story of the cover on it. I have to say that of any company out there, the covers and the style of the company that I feel like matches me the most is Simplified. And I really, really, truly love everything that they do. So I'm very excited. It was really hard for me to pick the covers. But let's dive into this weekly. We'll talk about the specs. We'll do some pen testing. And you'll be able to see if maybe this is the weekly that you will love. This Simplified weekly is $54, and it features really beautiful 80-pound paper. It's gorgeous. This very bright, pure white paper. You may notice one of the biggest changes that they made this year is it is no longer book bound. I know that some people may be sad about that, but I really love my books to be bound this way so I can turn them back on each other. It does make the book bigger though. So not only does it add the coil on, but they actually made the whole planner larger. So this cover from side to side is an 8 by 10 planner. It is a little less than an inch thick. It's 0.8 inches thick, and it weighs 1.5 pounds. It actually feels very lightweight. The keepsake box that it comes in is 9.5 inches. It's actually 9.6 by 11 by 1.5 inches. And it's a really good size for storing papers. You can put 8.5 by 11 inch papers in here. The actual pages in this book are just a little bit bigger than your standard 7 by 9 planner. They are 7 inches by 9.5. So you just get 0.5 inch extra in height. It's actually a really great size. It feels very similar to your standard 7 by 9 planner, but it's thinner and you get the simplified style. All right, let's go back to the cover because I am so in love with this. This is the Savannah Blooms. It has these beautiful magnolias on it. I know magnolias are a very southern thing, but I actually have a magnolia. Is it a tree, a bush? I don't know. Mine's really tall. It's taller than me. I have magnolias right in my window outside. I can see it from where I'm filming right now. And I love these blossoms. They're beautiful, big white blossoms. And this looks just like it. So this does have some gold foiling in it in the center of the flowers, if you can see. And the simplified nameplate here is in that beautiful blush pink color, which matches the inside of this planner, which is also that beautiful blush pink. When you open your planner, this is what you see the most. I always like to make sure that I love the color of the lining in the book. So I love pink. I actually loved all the lining covers this year, so that was not a huge deciding factor for me. But if you have a cover yellow is my favorite color, but let's say you don't love yellow and they have a yellow lining and you're gonna have to stare at that all year long, you may want to steer clear of the cover that has the yellow lining. So that should be something that you look at, is the lining of the book on this one is blush pink. I think they added these folders last year. They're a really high quality coated cardstock folder, and it's double-sided, and it always matches the lining, which I think is so cute. A lot of planner companies have launches around this time, and the academic planners usually are either July start or August start. I would say it's more common to have a July start academic planner. This one, however, is an August start, which I kind of like, except I'm always really anxious because they do the release so early, so it's sitting here for 4 months waiting to be used. But I like the August start. That's when school starts around here. I like to kind of have my planner stay on the school year with my kids. And probably the thing I love most, other than the covers from Simplified, are their colors of their tabs. They have these beautiful, really thick Mylar tabs. They are pretty wide this way. Like, what do you call that? This direction. So sometimes they do bend on me a little bit. I kind of wish that they were about half the size. But I love the colors, and they are really easy to grab this way. They're just so long. I bend them every single year. I love her colors. You have the navy, the simplified navy, and then it goes through the blues, the greens, and into these pink colors. So it's kind of a rainbow. And then she has matching stickers in your planners. So they have different little icons and different words. So they'll say like out of office, appointments, me time, and they match so cute. So let's run through this new weekly planner, and I think you're going to be so happy with it and so excited. Simplified's planner has a very simple, I guess you could say, beginning pages. So some planners have these like intense setup, instruction pages. Not so is Simplified, which I kind of love. So it starts off with your name page. You can add your name in here. And then there's a little bit of getting to know Simplified. You have a letter from Emily. You have kind of a how to connect more with Simplified over here. And then there's just a couple pages of, which I actually love to read every year, of the process of simplifying. Really good information, how to use your Simplified planner in case you need them to walk through that with you. And then it gets started into your actual planning pages. So you have a 2024 to 2025 planner. It goes from August to July, follows what the tabs of the book are. And then you have your 2024 to 2025 holidays. They have everything in here from Boss's Day to Christmas to Palm Sunday, Passover, Valentine's Day. There's a lot of holidays in here. And then preparing for a new year. This is a great page for just reflecting on the year before and what you want to see for the year ahead. So what worked last year, what didn't work last year, ideas for routines and healthy habits. And then here is where you set some goals for ideas for new routines. And you can make a morning routine, an evening routine, and maybe some daily routines of things you want to do throughout the week. They have a simplicity challenge, and it is a 30-day challenge where they give simple ways to simplify your life. And it says each task should take less than 15 minutes to complete, but I will say some of these would take me longer. Then they have a yearly bucket list. So my family, we do this every year. So we have a family council and we each name something that we want to do this year. So this last year, my daughter said that she wants to get water park passes. We used to do that every year. We skipped a few years and she wanted to start it up again. So this year we got water park passes. So things like that. I mean, it could be anything from a vacation to something that's totally free. And then you get in the front of this 4 notes pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4 before it starts on the month of August. So this is what the month looks like. In the Simplified Planner, it's fairly clean and there's not a lot of color. The one color you get on the monthly is the month, and their little logo will always match the Mylar tabs. So it's probably hard to see in the navy that it's not black. The color of the printing in this is like a deep charcoal. It's really nice. I love when the printing isn't black. Charcoal is always better. So let me show you some like lighter months so you can actually see how it changes. So you can see that the logo and the month are this really cute aqua color. In March, they're yellow. In May, they're pink, and so forth. So it just matches the tabs. They do have the holidays listed on the monthly page, and you have a really nice notes section, and they have the month before and the month after up here, which I love in a monthly lineup. It's really nice to see kind of where you came from, where you're going. And then they have a simplicity tip for each month. So in November, the tip is make a list of 3 holiday memories you'd like to make this year with the people you love and schedule them. In March, it says, we spend so much of our time in our cars, clean yours out, put trash bag inside, and stock it with travel necessities, tissues, snacks, and pens, etc. So beautiful. One thing that I always look for in the monthly is how they do the split days, because there are just some months where they have to split the days. In the Simplified Planner, they do the diagonal line, which I find makes it very hard to write in. I much prefer when they do a line across like this and give them each one, because this just makes it for me so I can only write just a tiny bit up here. I mean, this is unusable space. So I never like the diagonal line, but that is what they do in here. So let's look at the new weekly pages. It is the same layout. However, there's a lot more room in this than there was in the last one. And each day gets 12 lines over here, which you can do note taking, time blocking, anything. And then you have 12 lines for a to-do list. And you get that for every day except for on the weekend, you just have 12 lines each day. Another change that they made is that the date used to match the flag. So Monday is this navy, and then the blues over here, the greens, yellows, and pinks, and the dates would match. Now, the only thing that has color is the flag, which makes a much cleaner and easier to read page. I actually love that. So the weeks continue on like that. And on the last week, it's actually on the tab. So there's not like a notes page separating the different months or anything. It just goes directly into the monthly page and then starts again on the next month. One of the great things about the weekly planner is the notes pages. So they've always had a lot of notes pages in their weekly. They just can't do that in the daily because they have the entire year in one book and don't have room for notes pages. But this book has a lot of lined notes pages. In addition to the 4 notes pages in the front, you have 27 notes pages in the back, 31 total notes pages. I don't know if I've ever used them all, but there are a lot. So there is the weekly planner. I think it is beautiful. I know there are people who will be really disappointed about this change, but it does seem like the majority of people are really excited. This was their top seller. I was kind of shocked that it outsold the daily, which I always thought was like their main thing, but this outsold it. I just think that this cover is beautiful. I love the gold. I've always loved the YRO on the Simplified Planner. I don't love YRL, but for some reason, the simplified one is just a higher quality. It is a brighter gold than some too. It's this really beautiful, not too yellow, not too coppery gold. It's beautiful. And because the weekly is thinner, the YRO will withstand a lot more wear and tear. When you have a bigger YRO, they tend to get bent out of shape. But when they're small like this, they really do seem to hold up better. And like I said before, this cover is Savannah Blooms, but they also have a few other cover choices that are just breathtakingly beautiful. Their covers this year are Beaufort Birdies, Pistachio Plaid, Blush Block, Cabana Pinstripe, Dainty Tot, and then this Savannah Blooms. So beautiful. All right, next up is the Daily Planner. So if you haven't heard me talk about this, you probably haven't been following me for very long. This daily is my favorite daily on the market. I just think it is the most perfect layout. I love so much about it. I buy it every single year, and this is my daily that I'm currently using. I love it so much. Here's the keepsake box for the cover that I chose. It is this beautiful light green artist edition keepsake box that matches. Now I guess you know that I got the artist edition daily planner. The keepsake box is 8.6 by 10.3 by 2 inches, so it's quite a bit thicker than the other one. And it has this beautiful pull ribbon that opens up to the gorgeous daily planner. Here is the beautiful, beautiful postcard that comes in here. I love this so much. These are egrets. We had egrets in Hawaii when I used to live there, and they would just wander around by our house, and they were so cute. And so I'm kind of in love with this cover. It actually, I know it's supposed to be Southern, you know. The cover artist is Jordan Connolly, and she lives in South Carolina. And so I guess they have egrets there, but they also have them in Hawaii. They run rampant around where my parents used to live. So I'm going to unpack this, and then we'll dive in. Not a lot changed in the daily, which thank heavens, because I absolutely love the way that this is. But we'll walk through a couple of major things, especially with the artist edition. There's a couple big changes in the daily. Here is the gorgeous cover that I chose. This, like I said, is the artist edition. And one of the big differences that you'll see in the artist edition is that there is no simplified nameplate, which I'm so glad, because it really would have covered up these cute birds. And that's never been my favorite thing about the covers. I always feel like it's in the way of the art, because I usually pick one of the pretty florals or something, and I just want to see it. And I feel like that has always been in the way. So I really, really love this about it. It is foiled, so it still stands out, but it's not in the way at all. The daily planner has the same cover options as the weekly. So you have the Beaufort. I keep wanting to say Beaufort, but apparently North Carolina and South Carolina say it different. And this one's Beaufort. So the Beaufort, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But the Beaufort birdies, then they have Pistachio Plaid, Blush Block, Cabana Pinstripe, Dainty Dot, and Savannah Blooms. So really beautiful covers this year. I think they did an outstanding job. And let's get into what the inside of this looks like. So again, notice what color the inside is. Oh my goodness, this Carolina beautiful blue is so stunning. And the stickers that you get with this one are a little different because they are the artist's artwork. So you can have some stickers that match your cover, which I think is so cute. This paper is the same thick 80-pound pure white paper. We'll do pen test at the end, and I'll show you what it looks like with different pens. But beautiful. I love their paper. I think Erin Condren and Simplified Paper, they're both Mohawk 80-pound paper, but where Erin Condren's has like a definite texture to it, actual visual texture that you can see, Simplified's is smooth without being slick. I have a hard time deciding what my favorite paper is, but this is definitely one of the top contenders. So the cover measurements, including the coil, are 7 inches wide by 9¼ inches tall, and the thickness on this is 1¼ inches thick. So this is a heftier book. It's not not carryable. I definitely could take this places, but it's definitely like a thicker, heavier book. This is 2.5 pounds, and then the pages on the inside are 6 inches by 8.75 inches. So it's right around the size of A5. The beginning pages in this are the same as the weekly, so we'll just run through them a little bit quicker. Just the pages are smaller, obviously, so this is all a little bit more condensed. But you have the same weekly pages, the same routines pages, the same bucket list pages, simplified challenge, and on this, so here's where it starts getting different from the weekly. The beginning of this, you have 6 notes pages. There's actually only 8 notes pages in this whole book. You get these 6 up front, and then there are 2 in the back. Because this book is really hefty and there is 1 page per day in this book, they do have to condense the amount of notes pages, which is just fine. I actually don't mind at all. There are days that I just don't need a daily planner, and I use those pages for notes. So I'll show you my notes for another video I'm making, and I just use it in my daily. I just use my daily in that way. The monthlies are exactly the same as the weekly, just smaller. And then you have your daily pages. I think the best thing about this layout is just that it is really, really simple. And because of that, it works for me. There are a couple things to note with the layout. There is no half-hour marks. I don't mind that at all. If I have something that starts at 6:30 a.m., I would just do like a .30 or dot dot 15 if it's 6:15 and write what's going on. I like it better this way. So the day goes from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then you have a to-do list over here. They line up together, so if you want this just to be a long to-do list, you could just write like a straight line across. The days are now gray. That is something that's different from last year. Let me pull out my current one and I will show you how I've been using it and how the days have changed. So here's my current one. And let me just open up to where we currently are. So here's some of the days that I've planned. Some days I use stickers. Some days I don't use any. This is when I was gone. Here's an example of me taking notes on a page that I didn't use, and I was filming a video, so I just wrote the notes in here for my video. And so there's plenty, for me, there's plenty of space for notes taking because I do miss days here and there, and I just use them for notes. But let me show you a Wednesday, since I'm on Wednesday there. You can see that the my day, the to do, and the date used to be in the color of the flag, which I think is so cute, actually. I actually think I'll miss this a little bit. But for those who find this easier to read, it does make for a cleaner page. So this is what the old days look like. This is what the new days look like. And probably the only thing I would change about this layout is I would want down here to be lined, or actually what I would choose is dot grid. I would love for this to have some sort, I'm not great at like spacing out my words and writing without lines, but I know that I may be in the minority, and a lot of people love this to be blank and just have like an open space where they can draw or they can write a cute quote. I would just like to continue my to-do list or plan something out or write a note from a phone call, or, I would prefer just to have some extra writing space. But other than that, I love everything about this. So at the end of the month, it goes from the last day directly into the month. So there are no notes pages or anything. The weekend pages look like this. So you have a Saturday column, a Sunday column. The day goes from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., the same as it does on the normal. But instead of having a notes page down here, you have a smaller to-do list with 4 checklists and then a tiny little notes. If it were me and I wanted it split, I would totally take away the notes section and I need more to-dos than 4 when I actually am doing stuff on these. And I can always turn this into a note section. I would just rather the lines continue. But that is personal preference, and I know a lot of people love the way that this is. But just FYI, Saturday and Sunday are split. Holidays on this daily planner are written up here in the corner. And when they're on a weekend, they're just written underneath the date. And I'll just show you again. I already showed in the weekly, but these are even smaller boxes, so when they're split, this really is not usable, for me at least. Maybe you have really nice little handwriting that could fit in here, but I find when they split it on a diagonal like this, it's just not usable. The very back of the planner, you have your last notes page here. And then the beautiful, is this Carolina blue or French blue, I think is what they're calling it, French blue backing, which is so gorgeous, with her logo down here. And there is the daily. Very simple, very beautiful daily planner. Definitely one of my favorites on the market. So a lot of us are familiar with the daily, so I just want to do a comparison of the daily versus the new weekly planner. Here you can see that it's taller and just a little bit wider, about an inch wider and about that much taller too. But the thickness is substantially bigger in the daily. This actually is almost a pound lighter, so this feels a lot more manageable and easier to carry around. But my daily usually just sits on my desk, so I don't mind it being the way it is. I usually keep it flipped right to the day. I fold it back on itself like this and just sit it on my desk all day. So that's how it is, and it works great for me. All right, let's move from the planners and move on to some of the accessories. Last year, I purchased a couple of their notebooks and fell in love. So I knew I needed to get one this year. And now that I have this cover in front of me, I kind of wish I would have got this in one of my 2 planners. This is the Pistachio Plaid Notebook. These are $18. It also comes in the Buford Birdies, so you can get it in that. I love the classic structured pattern of this plaid. It's gorgeous. I love the colors. and it just has the hint of gold foil here in the logo. It has the same 80-pound thick paper, and there's just something about this size that I love. So the pages in this are 8 by 10 with the coil. It just adds 1/4 of an inch on. It's just the perfect size. I use this in note-taking in meetings that I go to and love it so much. So it has 150 line pages. There's 75 pages printed front to back. And it's just pretty simple. You have your little pineapple on the bottom of each page, and then it just says notes and date up here. Really nice charcoal lined notebook. I mean, there's not much to it, but I get a couple every year and use them like crazy. So love it. Love the gold binding on it. It's beautiful. Another fun thing that I tend to pick up every year are some of their little mini notebooks. These are $10 each, which does seem a little bit pricey, but when I am undecided about a cover, I usually will pick up the one I didn't choose in a mini notebook just to get it. This Cabana pinstripe was one of the contenders for my covers, and so I knew I wanted to see it. If you can tell, it is this beautiful blush pink with like an orange pinstripe. And then they're lining each of the orange stripes are some gold stripes. It is so stunning in person. I was worried that I would regret not getting the artist cover or one of these like beautiful florals, which is what I usually go for. So I just knew I needed to get this in the mini. So here's another option, the Cabana pinstripe in the mini notebook. And this other cover, which never was one of the contenders for me personally, but I do love a blush pink. This is Blush Block. Has this really pretty floral. It's very dainty and sweet. And the nice thing about getting a cover like this is it kind of goes with everything, so you can coordinate really nicely. They are sewn. They come packaged in a cello bag with a label. They're B6 size, so they're 5 by 7. They are super lightweight, so easy to throw in a bag, 2.8 ounces. And there are 49 lined inner pages, so they're just that nice charcoal lining. I like that they don't say notes at the top like some of the other ones do, but they do have the cute little pineapple at the bottom. Just really nice to carry around, to take for sermon notes at church or to take with you for grocery shopping. Just a great like throw in the bag little book. They came out with, I think they're new this year, they're mid-size notebooks. And aren't they not the cutest? I think there are 4 or 5 different options on this. I got the less chasing, more cherishing one, and they come with different sayings and different color blocks. So the one I got is the blush pink and like a Kelly green down here with the cute scalloping around. It's just a slightly bigger than their mini notebooks. These are 6.5 by 9 inches. They weigh 2.8 ounces, and there are 48 lined pages. So the same amount of pages as the mini books. They are just bigger. So if you need a little bit more space. So here's the notebook versus the mid-size versus the mini. 3 different sizes. Inside here is their pineapple pen cup. So I couldn't decide if I wanted this. The last time they came out with it, I wanted it so much and I didn't get it, and then they stopped selling it and I was so bummed. So I decided I was just going to go for it. It is not the cheapest thing. Like the accessories here are not the cheapest, so it was a little bit of a splurge for me. It's $24 for a mini cup. It has a ceramic body with this beautiful shiny gold finish. It has rounded top edging details, so it's not going to be pokey or anything. And then at the bottom, it has this white felt covered base bottom with a gold foil logo. It says it's gold foil, but it kind of just looks flat to me. But anyway, gold down there. It is 4.25 inches tall and 3.3 inches wide, and it weighs about 8 ounces. I think it's like 7.5 ounces, but so it's pretty lightweight, but also sturdy enough that it's not going to fall over anything. Should we see how many pens we can put in here? Okay, I have this basket. These are from Target, by the way. They're planters. And I have jelly roll pens in here. I did not purchase this many. They were given to me from the jelly roll company. Okay, so let's see how many jelly rolls we can fit in, because we all know what size jelly rolls are. So we have how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 works. Okay, here's 10 more, so we have 23. It's still going. 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. Let's see if I can fit another one in. No. 27 jelly roll pens fit really nice. their 28 cannot fit in. So it can fit a good amount of pens. It's not going to fit like what this fits, which is tons. But it's a good little desktop pen organizer. Another really fun thing that came out this year are the simplified highlighters. It's 3 different highlighters that they're dual tips, so there's 6 different colors. I'm looking suspiciously at these colors. They look a little bit neon to me, which I don't like neon highlighters, but I wanted to try them so that you guys could decide if you'd want them or not. This highlighter set is $16, which to me is a lot of money unless you love the highlighters, because I always compare everything to mild liners. Mild liners are not as expensive as this, and I mean, they're still not cheap highlighters, but they last forever and they have really great colors. So let me just give you some stats on this. 3 dual-ended highlighters. The colors are French blue, Carolina, lime and yellow here, and then coral and blush. They're chisel end. They have a square-shaped body, which is really nice because they won't roll around. And then they have scalloped, if you can tell right here, I'll pull them out, but they have scalloped body details with gold foil lettering. And I do think the packaging is really beautiful in this ivory box with the gold foiling on it. They are imported. The highlighters are about 6 inches long and they're pretty lightweight. So anyway, let's do some pen testing with them. All right, I'm just gonna pull out this notebook here, which has the same paper as your planners. So you can we're gonna do all the pen testing in this. They don't roll because they're square, which is really cute. Now let's test to see if they're neon. So if they're neon, you may love them. I just don't like neon highlighters. They remind me of like nursing school. Okay, so we'll start off with the pink and the orange, which looks suspicious to me. So they definitely are that like highlighter, neon highlighter color. And then the yellow looks like it's going to be that neon yellow. It is that neon yellow, that highlighter yellow. The green is really nice, so it's a really nice lime green, no neon to that one. And then I think the blues look like they're going to be okay. So you have a lighter blue, and then you have your French blue. There's the Carolina blue and the French blue. Okay, the blues and the lime green are just fine. The other 3 are definite highlighters. I don't see anything special about these. If you're liking these ones, you could go get like the Sharpie brand highlighters and get the same color as them. The other ones are nice. I would say these are a hard pass for me. I don't see anything special about them except that the packaging is adorable. Other than that, I have loved everything and would recommend everything that I reviewed. Another really cute thing that they have, I think they came out with these last year, are their pen clips. They will go on to their Dapper Desk, onto their new daily, their weekly. It will go on to any of their planners and I think probably their notebooks, just the way that it's made. The pen loop holds most pens. It's not going to hold your super, super thick, but it will hold all simplified pens. Will it hold the highlighters? It's really tight, but it will hold it. Okay, so they'll hold the highlighters too, and they can just clip on anywhere that you'd want them to be. These pen clips are $12. They have the little leather loop at the end with the metal, really heavy-duty gold clip. So you can clip it anywhere on your planner that you want. You can do it on the side, you could do it on the top, anywhere that doesn't get in the way. I usually clip mine here. I keep the flat side inside the planner so that it doesn't mess up any of the pages, and put the clip, this part, on the outside. And it's just like that. You can put it on the back of your book, on the front. I usually keep mine on the front. So that is what those look like. They clip on and off really easy. I don't have one of the Dapper Desks to show you, but they do clip onto the Dapper Desk really easy. I also sometimes put these on my mini notebooks just to hold it closed when I put it in my purse, and then I can have a pen with me in the mini notebook when I'm going to a meeting. I'll put like, you know, invitations and different things I receive while I'm out in here, and it just clips it all together. So that is actually how I use it most often, is just on the go clipping of my notebooks. The last thing I want to show you are these stickers. So these are the vinyl monogram stickers. They come in 2 different fonts. These are, I always forget the difference between serif and sans serif. I believe these are sans serif. They also have a serif font. So these are modern. The other one's called classic. And this vinyl can stick on the cover of your planners or the inside. I mean, they're vinyl stickers. They can go just about anywhere. But I think I saw them showcasing them. They would write your name down here. So you could put Hannah or Mom or whatever in these letters, and I just think that they'd be so cute. They were really cute in the pictures. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. It makes me nervous to put anything on the cover, but I just thought that it was cute, and I wanted to show you that these options are there. You get 4 sheets for $10. There's 472 total stickers in here. The actual letters when they come out are, looks like 5/8 of an inch. So a good size, just a little bit over half of an inch. All right, let's do some pen testing. I love this paper. All right, so we'll look at how their highlighters and all of these pens did on the back of this page. So really the only thing that I'm seeing, there's no bleed, but the only thing I'm really seeing shadowing on are the brush pen that I used and then the Tombow. There's a little bit of shadowing. I mean, I have to look really hard to see that. So I really don't think that you'll be bothered by any pen in here. The shadowing is very minimal. Their highlighters performed like a champ. There's absolutely no bleed through for them. These two had slight shadowing, but they're also like markers, like almost a Sharpie marker. Thank you so much for watching my simplified video. I hope that it helped you. I am loving this year's covers. If it did help you in any way and you are planning on purchasing a simplified planner, I will leave my link below. They are affiliate links. And I so appreciate when you decide to support me in that way. It lets the company know that I've sent people their way, but it also helps me to keep this channel going and to do these reviews for you. If it is your first time purchasing from Simplified, I can get you a $15 off coupon. That's not an affiliate link. It would just be, I just would love to get you that discount if it is your first time. And just leave a comment below or send me a message on Instagram and I can get you that link, that personalized link to you. So I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will talk to y'all very soon. See ya, bye.